The lecture hall fell silent as Commander Marcus Rodriguez entered, his heavy boots echoing against the crystalline floor. The assembled students, a diverse collection of beings from across the Galactic Federation, shifted nervously in their adaptive seating. Three-eyed Valkyrians blinked rapidly, while the jellyfish-like Aquarians pulsed with anxious bioluminescence. Professor Thane, a towering insectoid Kytherian, gestured with one of his forearms. "Class, today we have a special guest. Commander Rodriguez hails from Terra, what the Federation classifies as a Class 12 Deathworld. He'll be discussing his species' approach to warfare." A collective shudder rippled through the audience. Most civilized species had abandoned warfare millennia ago, resolving conflicts through negotiation or, at worst, economic sanctions. The concept of deliberate violence was alien to these evolved minds. Rodriguez stepped to the podium, his scarred hands resting casually on the surface. "Thank you, Professor. I understand many of you find our methods disturbing, but I'm here to explain why humans wage war the way we do." A Valkyrian student raised a tentacle. "Commander, our records indicate humans engage in something called total war. This seems unnecessarily brutal." "Total war," Rodriguez nodded. "When humans fight, we don't just engage military targets. We target infrastructure, supply lines, industrial capacity. We understand that war isn't just about destroying enemy forces. It's about breaking their ability and will to fight." The students exchanged horrified glances. Their own conflicts, when they rarely occurred, were ceremonial affairs with strict rules and minimal casualties. "But why?" chittered a mantis-like Zephyrian. "Surely targeted elimination of leadership would suffice." Rodriguez smiled grimly. "Because humans learned something you haven't. War isn't a game. When our survival is at stake, half measures lead to prolonged suffering. We developed concepts like scorched earth tactics, not out of cruelty, but out of necessity." He activated a holographic display showing various human military formations throughout history. "Look at our evolution. We started with individual combat, then learned to fight in coordinated groups. We developed the Phalanx, the Legion, combined arms tactics. Each innovation came from the understanding that the enemy is trying to kill you, and mercy can be a fatal weakness." An Aquarian pulsed bright red, their species equivalent of raising a hand. "But the casualties, your historical wars, show millions dead." "Yes," Rodriguez said solemnly, "and each death taught us something. We learned that overwhelming force applied quickly often prevents longer, bloodier conflicts. When we fought the Axis powers in World War II, we didn't hold back because we understood that half-hearted measures would cost more lives in the long run." Professor Thane interjected, "Commander, perhaps you could explain human psychological warfare?" The class tensed further as Rodriguez continued. "Humans wage war on multiple levels. Physical, yes, but also psychological. We understand that breaking enemy morale can be more effective than breaking their bodies. We use deception, intimidation, propaganda. We attack the mind as much as the body." "This is barbaric," exclaimed a crystalline resonant, its form flickering with distress. Rodriguez's expression softened slightly. "I understand your reaction, but consider this. When the Devourers attacked the outer colonies, your fleets were paralyzed. You couldn't comprehend an enemy that showed no mercy, took no prisoners. You called us for help." The room fell silent. The Devourer crisis had nearly ended galactic civilization. "We arrived and did what you couldn't," Rodriguez continued. "We fought dirty. We used their own tactics against them. We showed them that humans could be more ruthless than any nightmare species they'd encountered. Not because we enjoyed it, but because sometimes that's what survival requires." A young Kytherian student, barely out of their pupil stage, spoke up nervously. "Did you enjoy defeating them?" Rodriguez was quiet for a long moment. "No, war isn't about enjoyment. It's about necessity. Every human military teaches rules of engagement, laws of war, protection of civilians. We have honor codes precisely because we understand how terrible we can be. The goal isn't to become monsters, it's to be capable of stopping them. As the lecture ended, the alien students filed out in contemplative silence. They had learned something unsettling but valuable. Sometimes, to preserve peace, one must be prepared for war. And sometimes, it takes a species from a death world to remember that lesson.